It is a pleasure to introduce Tim, who has worked for the Alps Ski Company for nearly 7 years. I believe this is your 7th winter season. Correct. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. And myself, Rupert, who is the CEO and founder of the Alps Ski Company, and this is coming into our 27th winter, which is very exciting. The only thing I find alarming is that even though we know the ski season always comes around in December, it still seems a surprise how quickly it does turn up. There's banding around internally and externally is the snow. How are things shaping up for this winter?
Shaping up really well. There's been some good snow already across the board, across the Alps. I'm heading out to Lech myself on Friday, so I've been paying close attention to Lech and Austria, and there's been some great snowfall. Temperatures are low as well, so the snow that has come down is due to stay, and there's more on the way as well. So I think a really positive start.
Yeah,
Really
to me it sounds like it's doing all the things it should be doing at this time of year. The snow starts arriving end of November, December, and fingers crossed it continues throughout the winter.
Absolutely.
And I think you're taking some Americans to ski for their first time in Lech, which is exciting. So It's fun to show them a new area, a new resort, and the gem of the Austrian Alps. So that's excellent. So a season getting underway. Obviously, we've got a good amount of bookings in, but people are still actively booking for this year. What are the sort of trends? What are we seeing people, whether it's resorts that seem to be coming up more than others, perhaps?
I would say some of the trends. So Val d'Isère is proving very popular again. I mean, it's a popular resort for us year on year, but there's a lot of new accommodation opening up there, some new chalets, new apartments, new hotels. So more beds, more rooms. So Val d'Isère is growing, and I guess it has that snowshore reputation. So people love that about Val d'Isère. I would say a really popular trend is flexibility. People are asking for a bit more flexibility in service, for example. We offer catered chalets, we offer self-catered chalets, but actually there's a request for almost in between, a bit of a flexi service. People want that assistance, want that sort of luxury and that catering, but maybe not every day or every night. So that's quite popular, kind of in between.
And are we able to satisfy that, do you think? People, flexibility is always key to try and be flexible, but can we be flexible? Are we able to satisfy those questions and those demands?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can sometimes depend on the dates people are travelling or where they're travelling to, but a lot of chalet companies and maybe even some hotels are offering a slightly different service than they've traditionally done for years, because the demand is there, and so they don't want to miss out.
Yeah, and so availability, peak dates coming up. Obviously, we kick the season off now, but the first two really busy dates over festive, the Christmas and the New Year week. Are there still options to go skiing then?
There's always options. So Christmas, there's still some great availability. I can only really speak on the chalet side, but there's still some fantastic chalets available in some great resorts. That would be a lovely place to spend Christmas, whether it's just your family or groups of families. So there are still some larger properties. New Year's, we know every year can get very, very busy, but there are still some hotel rooms, there are still some chalets, still some self-catered available. So if you don't mind looking after yourself a little bit more, I'm sure we'll be able to find you something. But if we can't find you the right thing for New Year, then do think about travelling for Easter. The season and the snow has been great at Easter for the last couple of years. So if you're not quite getting what you're looking for at New Year, think about maybe an off-peak week or going at Easter when the kids are off school, because the snow has been great and you'll get more options and great options. So Easter availability is very good still.
It's when I go. I love it.
Me too.
Great time of year, and there's always...
It's warmer.
It's warm and there's good snow, sitting on those
Terraces.
terraces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. If you were looking just at a week outside of the school holiday, so outside of the festive period, outside of the February holiday, which is European and obviously UK, not Easter, is there a sort of obvious week that you would say that's a great time to get out on the slopes?
Well, it is sort of personal choice. A lot of people like to go in January because the slopes are quieter and maybe you've got a bit more chance with the snow. For me, it's March. I mean, mid-month March is if the snow's good and it's not as cold as it can be in January and February, it's just the best time to go skiing.
Excellent.
Because it's slightly quieter slopes, but not too quiet. Because maybe the first week of March is still some holidays for some countries, but everyone's sort of had their chance to get through most of the season, iron out anything, and just March is just for me the best time to go skiing.
The vibe changes slightly, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah,
it really
it's an exciting time to
You've
go.
got through February half term, which is a very, very busy, stressful week for many, and it's just a great vibe, like you said. So yeah, I always go March.
There we go, exactly. And well, you said it's fair enough that quite a few clients go there with their families over the holidays, but then sneak out for a sort of weekend or long weekend at another time of year without the children to enjoy.
I think so.
Enjoy skiing in a different way.
Yeah, and we're seeing that more and more, I think, because as we say, February half term is one of the busiest weeks in the season, but I would say the last 2 or 3 years, the snow's been really good in April, and people have gone, well, I might just nip out for a cheeky weekend there.
Yeah, why not?
Because maybe, they didn't get to ski as much as they wanted to because it's February half term and you're looking after the kids and things. And so they get away, and there's some great places you can get to. I think people forget how easy it is to get somewhere like Chamonix. I mean, it's an hour's flight and then an hour transfer. You can get to Chamonix skiing quicker than you can get from London to Liverpool.
There you go, very accessible. So families are a really core part of the holidays that we arrange each year. Why is it you think skiing holidays, as opposed to a holiday in the Mediterranean, are such a great time to be with a family? What is it that makes it so special?
Well, I think it's a sport, I think, as well. You have to, I look at skiing holidays as a holiday, but it's a sport as well. So, you've got the family out there, it's fresh air, it's a different culture, it's beautiful scenery, and they're exercising. So, it's an activity, it keeps them busy for the whole week. It's just an amazing thing or amazing activity for kids to be able to do. And also, staying in a catered chalet, for example, you have your own space to relax in. So it's almost like, it's kind of having your own home in the mountains for a week, and you've got that place to yourself. If you're lucky enough to have a chalet with a cinema room or a games room or a pool or a spa, you've got all these things on your to do if maybe the weather closes in or after you go skiing. And then you're being looked after as well. So, breakfast in the morning. So that's all sorted. So you can concentrate on, getting the kids ready for skiing, getting their boots on, getting all that ready. And then you come back, a lot of chalets do afternoon tea. So you've got like a healthy choice or a cake or something.
There's always food. There's always food in the chalet.
And then dinner's sorted.
Yeah.
So, what a great way to sort of have a holiday, which is what it is, and be looked after and treated, but also, make sure you get your steps in and your activity done.
I think it is exactly that combination. There's sport, there's active, there's something satisfying about skiing with, I've got 3 children, skiing with them is one of my favourite things. And then also being on holiday, indulging in the lifestyle of being in the mountains.
Indulging, but in a healthy way.
Well, yes.
You can. But also, I guess it sometimes isn't just about skiing. There are so many other things to do in a resort.
Yeah, and would you, if I listen to the conversations next door, would you say it's fair that a lot of conversations are not just about skiing, it's about all the other things that resorts offer?
Yes, absolutely. I think when I started, so almost 7 years ago, and I'm a massive skier, it kind of, it was a bit more about skiing, and that was the main topic of conversation. But I think as we get more clients coming over from places like, North America, they're after a bit more of a range of activities. That's why places like, Morzine and Megève and some of these other sort of, resorts are really thinking outside the box to offer not just skiing, but an array of family-friendly activities that anyone can do at any time.
Yeah. Skiers and non-skiers,
and
parents, grandparents, everyone.
What else is there to do? It's not just now about the chalet, it's not just about what the ski slopes are like and how easy it is to get to the ski school. It's what else is there to do, which I think is really important, because if you don't like going out when the clouds are low and the snow's down, which is me, because I do prefer a nice sunny day, it's nice to know what else there is to do.
Yeah,
there is always plenty.
a client saying, "Oh, I was so pleased when we actually had a bad weather day, so it meant I could do other things that the resort had to offer and didn't feel I had to go skiing."
Yeah.
Which seems ironic, but a totally fair comment.
Sure.
Well, Tim, that all sounds very positive. Lots going on, and always a bit of fingers crossed for a busy and productive and successful and enjoyable season.
Thank you very much.
Great. Speak soon.